everyone. I hope this is working okay. I think so. I think it's working okay. Very, very nice to see everyone here. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I just had a few problems with my microphone just before going live, naturally, of course. I don't even know if you guys are seeing me properly yet. Oh my goodness. Let me just open a couple more tabs. So once again, we're meeting for some live tarot reading, and I am answering your questions, and basically I'm looking into the live chat to see what questions you'd like me to answer. And the purpose of doing this is to help me to put some money together for a deposit on an apartment of my own. I'm currently living in some pretty precarious conditions, and so the idea is to be able to get a flat of my own, so I will be prioritizing super chats, whatever quantity you like, but I really do appreciate everyone who does put a super chat in the chat along with your question. But if you would like to just put a question in the chat and have a chance of possibly getting your question answered if a super chat doesn't come in first, then just please be sure to put some hashtags around your question so that I can spot that that you are asking a question. I think there's a question from Blake Lanise. I'm going to answer that question. Can you answer if Doug Lightfoot is really a great friend or a bad friend? All right, let's find out. Do you know what? For that, I'm going to ask the I Ching. Those kinds of questions, I don't know. I'd have to analyze what makes a question a good question for I Ching and what makes a good question for tarot. For tarot, I like just general energies and what to expect. But then that's kind of what the I Ching does as well. I don't know. I feel like the I Ching likes to answer questions excuse me, where all of the information is, all of the data for the information would be available for the right person at the right time, right? Whereas the tarot likes to hypothesize a little bit more, right? And like knows a little bit about what you actually want and that kind of stuff, right? But for very precise questions like this, tell me about this person. Yeah, I do feel like the I Ching does that quite well. And so I'm going to use the application that I've been using on a regular basis on these lives, which is Deep Wear Changes. It's only available on Android, not available on the Play Store, but you have to download the APK and install it manually, but it is fantastic. I'll just say that name again. It is called Deep Wear Changes, so you can find that online with a quick Google search. There we go. Let's see. You've got hexagram number 47. It's called Oppression. Oh my goodness, with 4 changing lines. Let's read the whole thing. Here we go. So evil people thrive on the needs of others. It is good to feign that you do not want anything. Loose lips sink ships. We must bow down to the will of those who decide. Nothing is guaranteed. Evil people thrive on the needs of others. Goodness. All right, then the changing lines go like this. 4 of them, okay? First one. There's no real need, only a desire for improvement. This situation will be overcome by being patient and keeping calm. Flatter nobody. Second changing line goes like this. Rash advances, improper helpers, and wrong calculations lead to disaster. Definitely want to avoid that. The next one goes like this. The next changing line goes like this. Nothing works. There's neither help nor will to do what must be done, but little by little things will become better. Okay, you do seem to be going through a rough patch with this person. And then the final changing line is the last line. You want to move, but you are frozen by fear. Try to understand the situation and you'll be able to move. Okay, yeah, it seems like you're going through a rough patch with this person. Although that changing line, that first changing line, and the second line from the bottom is the first of the changing lines. There is no real need, only a desire for improvement. Suggests that this probably is something that you can overcome. All right, so not necessarily a good or a bad friend, just a friend, and with that comes the burden of relationship, right? Whatever that relationship may be. All right, we've got a super chat already. Thank you so much from Resonant Blue 11. What type of magical or spiritual practice would I most benefit from at this time in my life? Let's take a look at the cards. That's a perfect tarot question. Just want to give a little shout out to Sarah Mastros, who reached out to me this morning, asking if I would like to be sponsored for one of these shows at some point, probably in January actually. If I would use the Fool's Dogs tarot application for one of these, and I think that could be quite a nice thing to do. I think that could be a nice thing. So thank you, Sarah, for suggesting that. Let's see, Resonant Blue. What type of magical or spiritual practice would Resonant Blue most benefit from at this time in their life? Good morning, Postalized Mike. Yeah, so just a little reminder, folks, I will of course answer any questions if there is time, but mostly I have to prioritize super chats. So if you want to be sure to get your question answered, excuse me, yeah, just pop a little super chat, and it'll help me to get my living situation sorted out, and yeah, it'll make sure that your question gets answered. Thank you, Merlin Hermeticus. It's very, very kind. I will answer your question, of course. First of all, Resonant Blue, kind of magic. Okay, generally, yes. Generally, you're looking for happiness, which makes sense. Happiness and fulfillment. So let's see what kind of magic can take you in that direction. Yes, you are thinking in terms of what you want rather than what you don't want, which is great. It's quite possible that you've already got those reflexes of thinking positively, like instead of thinking of what you don't want, you know, because of course your unconscious mind and a lot of the spirit world, by the way, doesn't really understand negatives, right? So you have to be focusing on what you do in fact want, which is great. And yeah, and I guess you appreciate possibly safe magic, which many people do, by the way. I'm going to say the majority of us like safe magic. There's no such thing as safe magic, of course, but maybe there is definitely such a thing as more dangerous magic. So it does look like you would possibly like to engage with magic that wouldn't involve, you know, heavy protections and things like this. So let's take a look. It does look like we've got the page. Let me tell you what cards you've got, right? Generally, the topic, you've got the world and you've got the sun. The way you're thinking about it, the Ace of Wands and the Four of Pentacles reversed. what you can expect in the very near future. You can expect the Page of Wands and the Chariot suggesting that you can actually expect your magic practice to start gaining momentum. Yeah, to start feeling pretty good actually. To start feeling like just gathering a little bit more confidence, and that happens when you start getting consistent results and regular results, and those results get registered by your unconscious mind, and your unconscious mind stops putting the brakes on. Yeah, it and starts actually encouraging the results to come through. If your unconscious mind is full of magic doesn't work, which of course it's been fed since the middle of your childhood, I guess, just like anyone else, then it does tend to put brakes on for us. But the more evidence we accumulate, the less resistance it gives, and actually the more it tends to support the magic. So that's definitely something that you're going to be experiencing quite soon. In terms of your recommendations, we've got Art reversed, and we've got the Seven of Pentacles reversed. I guess as a recommendation, I'm going to take that to mean do the magic that feels great. Yeah, don't be doing the magic that feels like a chore. Some people actually love chores. As strange as this sounds, some people feel like if it's not a chore, then it's not magic, or it's not going to work. And to those people, I say, yeah, go for that kind of magic. The stuff that you feel works. But ultimately, if you feel like you're hating it, I think that's the difference between it being hard work and hating it. So if it feels like you're hating it, if it feels anything less than fun, if it feels like anything less than and something that you're fun is such a wide word, isn't it? If it feels like anything less than engaging, there we go, then maybe look for something else. And with that Art card reversed, I'm going to show you the Art card. I mean, it's clearly about alchemy, right? Possibly potions, possibly Wicca, that kind of thing. And this is reversed. So, oops, I dropped that. So the fact that it's reversed suggests to me possibly to bypass the more mainstream magic. Aidan Wachter keeps coming up as a main recommendation for people looking for a way in. The reason why I like recommending Aidan Wachter is because he doesn't follow a particular tradition. He just recommends that you get in touch with your own magic, and he gives you ways of doing that. So I really like that, and that tends to be my own recommendation as well. So yeah, hopefully that helps. There we go. Let's move on to the next question. Just gonna shuffle those back in, and let's see. We've got Merlin Hermeticus. Goodness, folks, so many very, very kind super chats. Thank you. I will definitely get to all of your questions in time. So Merlin Hermeticus is asking, what is the most appropriate next step regarding Enochian magic? Now, Merlin, I don't know where you're up to, but I wonder if you are aware of, I would imagine that you probably are, of Lon-Malie Duquette's Enochian vision magic. Oops, there goes my microphone. Let me just clip that on. Boom, here we go. So this is the one. It's Lon-Malie Duquette's Enochian vision magic. If you haven't got to this yet, I would suggest this is the way to go. This is the way to definitely get involved with Enochian magic. If you have been through that, then Aaron Leach is a practitioner who likes to stick to the letter a little bit too much for my liking, but I do appreciate his knowledge, very much, and his angelical language series is excellent. It's just been re-released as a slip-cased paperback, and that has some really nice recommendations for your Enochian practice inside. What else can I recommend? Yeah, beyond that, I think that maybe the new edition of Joseph H. Peterson's, this one, Mysteriorum Libri Quinque. There we go, Dr. John Dee's 5 books of mysteries. I think this is just a really nice resource. In that order, I would say, yeah, because so much of Enochian magic is about how John Dee reached the technology, right, the spiritual technology, and yeah, it's nice to know how he reached the spiritual technology, how he received it, right, how he worked it out and stuff like that, and the magic that he used in order to work it out. But that's not necessarily, I guess, the magic that you're trying to get to. I guess the magic that you're trying to get to is the actual working, right? Once you've got the technology, how to make the technology work, because he found the technology and now it's up to us to actually use the technology. And that's really what Lon Milo Duquette's book there, the Enochian vision magic, is all about. So I'm going to leave, if it's okay, folks, I'm going to leave an Amazon associate link for that, so that it costs you nothing, right? It's the same price for you, but I get a small commission if you use my link to actually get onto Amazon. And then once you've used that link to get onto Amazon, anything you buy there will give me a small commission. So let me get you a link directly to Enochian Vision Magic. Yes, that's the one. And then I'll just grab that link. Here we go, and I'll just drop it in the live chat over here for you guys. There we are. I have to say that it's an Amazon associate link, and boom, there it is. Hopefully that all works. Oh right, yes, it looks like it might. Yeah, so those are strong recommendations. And yeah, let me just do a quick little tarot read for you on that topic still, if there's anything missing. Okay, so the Magician reversed and Intuition reversed, so it's something in between, right? You don't want to be using only intuition, not only the recipes, right? But a little bit of both. If you can actually ensure that you're bringing in everything that you know about magic. Yeah, so not just following the recipes, not only following your intuition, but yeah, a little bit of both, and making sure that you're leaving space for both. Hopefully that helps. That's quite an appropriate read there. Good. Let's move on, folks, to Jonathan Johnson. Has Spirit Beleth agreed to help me? Let's find out. So, we'll draw a couple of cards to find out. Has the Spirit Beleth agreed to help me? Let me just do a quick search on Beleth. I don't remember enough. Beleth. Just while I'm shuffling the cards. Oh, that's nice. He rides a pale horse. A variety of music is heard before him, according to most authors on demonology and the most known grimoires. The first, invoking him after the flood, wrote a book on mathematics with his help. Oh, that's nice. When appearing, he looks fierce in order to frighten the conjurer, or to see if they're courageous. The conjurer must be brave, and hazel wand in hand must draw a triangle by striking towards the southeast and upwards, then commanding Beleth into it by means of some conjurations. This comes from Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. The Dictionnaire Infernal states that to summon Beleth, the person should hold a silver ring on the middle finger, the left hand against the face, to pay respect to Beleth's rank as king. Okay, good stuff. Has Beleth accepted? We've got the moon, and I'm going to say that that is a yes with provisos, right? It's not a straightforward. I can't wait to do this for you. It's like a yes, but make sure that this, that, and the other. Now I don't know what this, that, and the other might be. You've got the Nine of Swords reversed and the Magician in the way you're thinking about this, right? So you're quite confident in the processes that you involved in getting Beleth involved. Let's see what to expect. Beleth is going to, with the Queen of Swords and the Star reversed, it's going to hold you to whatever you've promised very, very closely, yeah, but also is going to expect you to rise up to the challenge as well, right? Wouldn't expect Beleth to do all the work for you. And then as a recommendation, intuition reversed, it could be that you want to yes, it just involves some formal processes in your interactions with Beleth. So not just visualization, but possibly some manifest world-based interactions, right? Yeah, that seems to be the general recommendation. All right, let's continue with a question from Postalized Mike. Hi, I'm in a relationship with an alcoholic. That is hard. I'm sorry, Postalized Mike. It's beautiful, but I'm wondering how to deal with the anger. My heart goes out to you, Postalized Mike. I sympathize. Let's find out what recommendations we can find for Postalized Mike. It might be worth putting down some boundaries it depends on what your situation is. You know, if it's a long distance relationship, it's one thing, and if it's not, then of course it's quite another. Yeah, just in terms of the boundaries you might consider, of course, could be that you need to be somewhere else when your partner is drunk, and that's really tough. All right, let me see what the cards are saying. Yes, it's about protecting yourself. We've got the Four of Coins, and we've got the Ace of Swords reversed, right? So just a loss of clarity of the mind. It makes sense. Yeah, Fortitude reversed, the Knight of Wands reversed. It's such a draining situation, isn't it? Yeah, and of course it puts you in a situation where you're powerless as well. When you're trying to support someone who is getting, you know, low or depressed or whatever, you can help them. But if they're drunk, it keeps them in that low place, and anything you do is just it feels pointless, and you feel powerless. So this is why I'm suggesting possibly a good idea could be to say, listen, I'm happy to support you through anything, but not while you're drunk. Yeah. As in, you know, I'm not going to stop you from drinking, but I can't be there for you when you are drunk. Possibly. What to expect? The Six of Cups and the High Priestess. So, yes, not just trusting your intuition, but actually taking action on your intuition around protecting this, protecting yourself and protecting your partner, and thinking about this in terms of the inner child of both of you, right? Your partner's inner child needs to be protected, absolutely. You also need to protect your own inner child, and not to put your inner child in a situation that you wouldn't be happy to put your own child in, if that makes sense. Yeah, you want to be safe. Yeah, you want to. Sorry about this. I'm just checking on details here. Yeah, all good with the stream. You want to, yeah, be safe. Of course, you want to be safe physically, but you want to be safe emotionally as well, right? You want to protect yourself emotionally, which is why boundaries are so important. The Ace of Coins and the Nine of Wands reversed in your recommendations. Yeah, I guess the cards are suggesting that it's not your role to heal your partner. Your partner needs to heal themselves. But you can provide a material environment, right? Just maybe yeah, just provide a comfortable space within which your partner can heal. Hopefully that helps. Oof, sorry, that's a heavy one. All right, and hopefully that's helpful to a degree. Let's continue. Ayush Kandari is asking, am I going to be in a romantic relationship? All right, and time. All right, so let's take a look for that for you, Ayush. Praise Hersini, thank you so much. Very, very generous super chat there. Very, very kind. And Goblino, FT, Goblino, Goblin of the Wilds, of course. Thank you so much as well. And Lola Rusella and Postalize Mike, I will get to all of your questions in a moment. Okay. For the moment, let's take a look at whether Ayush Kandari will be in a romantic relationship. Guys, if you're watching, could I ask you for a massive favor? Head over to the main window, and if you can hit the like button under there, it helps the stream tremendously. I'd really appreciate it. Just if you want to, of course. No obligation, but I certainly appreciate it. Just while I'm shuffling the cards here. There we go. And here we are. Is Ayush Kandari going to be in a romantic relationship, and when? Okay, we've got the 6 of coins and we've got art reversed. In the way you're thinking about the topic, we've got the Ace of Coins and Death, both of those reversed. In terms of what to expect, we've got the Princess of Wands and we've got the 7 of Cups. Very nice. And in terms of your recommendations, we've got the King of Cups reversed and the 2 of Coins. Very nice stuff. All right. So let's see, folks. Oh, and thank you ever so much. I can see that everyone's clicked on that like. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Let's see. So, I guess your love life has been stagnating a little bit, right? You feel like you've not really been able to manifest the love life that you wanted. It looks like the right ingredients are never all together at the same time. You're a little concerned that that this is never going to happen, but that's not actually the case, right? It's not the case because yeah, we've got that Death card, but it's reversed. It's possible also that you're not feeling like you're at a point where you can offer enough. I guess part of that journey is about understanding where our value comes from. And yes, of course, you want to feel like you're in a place where you're at least able to sustain yourself, and that you're actually proud and comfortable with where you are, with what you've done, you know, just for yourself, for your own peace of mind, but also a sense of achievement, sense of dignity, sense of just self-love, right? But it's important also to understand that our value doesn't. We are very often led to believe that our value comes from our achievements. This comes from childhood, of course, where, you know, you're very often put in situations where love only comes to you if you are achieving, and, you know, you face anger, the anger of the people who are on whom you depend, right? If you are not achieving, if you're not doing the things that you're expected to do, and when you do those things, then you get smiles and things like this. So it's very easy then to bring that assumption with you into adult life and think of your value as coming from the things that you do for those around you. It's important to understand that we are all born with this exact same amount of value, and that anything else really is about circumstances. Everything else is about experiences. Everything else is about things that happen to you. And so, yeah, that might be something to overcome. There's a nice book called Homecoming by John Bradshaw. Let me find you a little Amazon associate link for that as well. Won't take a second. Homecoming, Bradshaw. There we go. Reclaiming and championing your inner child. That's the one. Copy that. Plop it in the live chat. Amazon associate link. Boom. All right. Yeah, so that's a good recommendation there. You can actually expect in the very near future to have quite a bit of choice, right? With the Princess of Wands there and the 7 of Cups. It does seem like you're going to be a little bit spoiled for choice, and so having an idea in advance of what you're looking for could be a good idea. And what you're looking for should be about what you know you need. Now, you can only know that you need something if you spent some time working out what you need out of a relationship, or from a stable partner, right? From a partner who's actually good for you. So yeah, take some time working out step by step what you need from a partner, and then try to condense that into maybe 4 or 5 very specific points that you can look out for, so that when you are presented with this large choice, it would seem, lucky you, you can actually spot who would be very exciting but actually be really bad for you, who would be really good for you but really not very exciting, and who's actually just right for you. Yeah, with that King of Cups reversed in the recommendations, I'm going to say that it's very important that you remember that if you are performing, then it is with that performance that a partner ends up falling in love with, and you're going to end up having to perform, which sucks. Yeah, that's not what you want. If you're not being yourself, if you're hiding certain aspects of yourself so that the other person might like you, then yeah, you're going to have to continue hiding those aspects of yourself. And that is not what you want. You do not want to turn yourself into something that you're not, just in order to be liked. I went to see the Superman movie this summer, and there's this amazing scene, with those of you who've seen the movie, you'll know the scene I'm talking about, where Mr. Terrific is going, taking everyone, all the baddies out with technology, whatever. And there's this song from Noah and the Whale called In 5 Years' Time. It's a lovely, lovely feel-good song. But one of the lyrics goes like this, more or less, right? It's something like, well, I'm the happiest that I've ever been. I no longer feel like I need to be James Dean. Something along those lines. And that's so accurate. That's so accurate. It's what you need in a relationship. It's you need to find a relationship with a person who loves you, not the James Dean that you can pretend to be. And that's going to be my read for you. There we go. Let's continue with a question from Praise Hersini. Thank you for your super chat, Praise Hersini. Let's see. Hello, I wanted to know if my dad's first wife put a curse on my family. Good gracious. My dad cheated on her with my mum. Both my parents are dead now, and my cancer might be back. This, along with other things, is why I think I'm cursed. Good gracious. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry to hear this, Praise Hassini. Yeah, let's take a read. I'm gonna reach for the I Ching for this. Is this all to do with a curse, very specifically from Hassini's dad's first wife? Where's all this coming from? Just using, for those of you just joining now, I'm using an application called Deepware Changes. It's not sponsored, by the way. I'm just think that this is a fantastic application. It's only available for Android, just not available on the Play Store. You have to download the APK and download it and install it manually. Hassini. Is it about the first wife? All right, let's see what the results are here. Okay. So hexagram number 59. It's called dispersion, dissolution. The vastness of the forces that shape the world make us small and humble. Pettiness must be rejected. Only in this way you can overcome egotism and reach a true cosmic perspective. This could very well point to jealousy, right? To pettiness, yeah. Let's see. Squabbles poison the ambient. Goodwill and just judgment of the companions will end them. And then the second changing line goes like this. An overwhelming task may require us to remove all selfish attitude for the sake of the whole. It's quite possible. It's quite possible, not necessarily, you know, a competent curse involving, you know, ceremonial magic or anything like that, but just the anger itself could very well be, could very well act as a curse. Let's see what the tarot suggests. I'll do just grab a few cards here. Yes, we've got the Five of Swords suggesting a vain victory, right? It's not good, and yeah, the way you're thinking about it is Princess of Swords and the Ace of Coins reversed. Princess of Swords is the one who takes heads. Could very well point to a scorned wife, right? Goodness, what to expect. Death reversed, that's good, and the Page of Swords reversed. So if you change nothing, it does seem like if you change nothing, if you continue doing what you're currently doing, it does seem like you could be going into a more positive direction regarding your health. Let's see if what we have in terms of recommendations. The Emperor reversed and the Two of Cups. You might want to reach out, quite simply. I think that's maybe what the I Ching was pointing at. Yeah, you might want to reach out and build a connection. It might be a very difficult thing to do, but it seems like it would really be worth doing. Yeah, not taking the Emperor stance. The Emperor is reversed, but rather taking the Two of Cups stance of just meeting and working out what happened, especially if both of your parents are deceased now. I don't know if that's an option for you, but it certainly seems like some kind of reconciliation here, and garnering her goodwill, yeah, could be of benefit to you. I hope that helps. Let's continue, folks, and I'm going to put an end to I'm going to put an end to the questions. I'm just going to change the card to say no more questions. Thank you, and thank you ever so much, everyone, for your very, very kind super chats. Let's make sure that we answer all of your questions. Yeah. So let's see. The next question is from Goblin of the Wilds. Once again, thank you very much, Goblin of the Wilds. Am I on the right path? Should I be doing something that I am not? Are there some recommendations? Good question. Let's find out. Is Goblin of the Wilds on the right path? Should they be doing something they're not? Any recommendations? Okay, we've got Temperance reversed and the Seven of Swords reversed. So it seems like you're being very selfless, possibly working quite hard on something. I'm not sure what that is. I'm imagining that'll be clarified in a moment. But it does seem like you're like the scales of where you're placing the effort seems to be not serving you. Yeah, not necessarily being very good for you. Yeah, we've got Justice reversed. Literally, I was talking about scales, right? The scales not being right, and the Eight of Coins just working very, very hard. So let's see where this leads. Well, yeah, it leads to burnout. Of course it does. You've got the Queen of Wands reversed and the Ace of Wands reversed. Of course it leads to burnout. You're going to find yourself with nothing left to give if you're constantly giving. So let's see what your wow. Let's see what your recommendation is. Very simple. It's the Six of Coins reversed, and Six of Coins is literally the giver, right? It's literally the look. You've got this is the Six of Coins. It's this angel just giving to the poor. Yeah, and it's reversed. There's your recommendation to stop overperforming for others. It could be that you need to look into possibly people-pleasing tendencies. I know this is something that I have to work with, yeah, how to ensure that the things that you do benefit you. Of course, it's nice and it's good to benefit others with our actions. But if we're never benefiting ourselves, then you're going to be, giving out from an empty cup, and that's not sustainable. Obviously, you're going to burn out. There's another recommendation here, which is the Tower, which means that there's probably a very big change to be made in your life, and it's going to be a question of biting that bullet and making that big change that you probably know that you have to make. Not an easy one to make, but it will radically change your life. It'll be a difficult transition, but you'll be so glad that that you did make that transition. The Page of Cups is what comes as a consequence of that. So just a very new situation, but a beautiful new situation, right? A situation that is much better for you, and that that ensures that you don't burn out. Yeah, that you can, in fact, especially if you enjoy helping others and looking after other people, looking after yourself will ensure that you can continue doing that. Obviously, this seems very much to be a question of make sure that your own oxygen mask is applied before helping anyone else with theirs. All right, I hope that helps. Based on my current circumstances, this is a question from Lola Rusella. Based on my current circumstances and attitude, can I expect to finally turn my life around for the better in 2026? Oh, I hope so. I hope so, Lola. Let's see what the cards suggest. Based on your current circumstances and attitude. That is a perfect question for the tarot. It's the kind of thing the tarot likes to answer. Yes, it seems like you're working hard and you're offering gratitude. You've got the Ten of Wands and you've got the Sun. Very, very nice combination, right? If it was just the Ten of Wands, I'd be worried. But the fact that you've got the Sun there, you've got this grateful outlook, and thinking about your situation in poetic terms, the way you're thinking about it, You've got the Eight of Swords reversed, so maybe you're going through therapy. I don't know, possibly. It seems like you're taking steps to address the overthinking. And you've got the Four of Coins, which suggests that you are also taking steps to look after yourself and to protect yourself and to maybe get fit. Yeah, with that combination of the Sun and the Four of Pentacles, I wonder if maybe you might have started going to the gym or started working out, or it could be that you're saving money, possibly, or maybe both. All right, let's see. In terms of what you can expect, yes, we've literally got the Wheel of Fortune and we've got the Six of Coins reversed. So the Six of Coins reversed here, I'm going to say that you can see an end to the breadcrumbing. Whatever breadcrumbing situation you may be in, maybe you're in a situation with a relationship, maybe it's simply the universe that's been breadcrumbing you. But we've got the Wheel of Fortune suggesting that yes, now you can move into the next phase of your life, and it seems like you've learnt the lessons that you needed to learn in this section, and you're about to turn the corner into something else. Let's see. We've got in terms of your recommendations, you've got the Page of Cups reversed and the Page of Swords reversed. Okay, so in this case, I guess the recommendation is to continue your learning both in intellectual terms and in emotional terms, so that you can get out of that beginner phase, right? That beginner energy, and that you can feel like you're a master of your thoughts. Meditation, mindfulness meditation. And the Page of Swords, so that's the Page of Swords reversed, and then the Page of Cups reversed would be to master your emotions. And for this, breath work, look up some YouTube videos on breath work to reset your nervous system, and just feel a little bit more grounded. Hopefully that helps. All right, let's continue some questions. We've got a question from Postalize Mike. Thank you for the read. I really needed some guidance, and that was very helpful. You're very, very welcome, and thank you so much for the additional tip. That's really, really appreciated. Thank you, Postalize Mike. That's so kind. All right. Let's see. My country is going into a difficult presidential election this weekend. I'd like to know how things are looking ahead, please. All right, listen, I will take this question, because obviously you've left me a super chat. I'm just going to ask generally, and this is not something that I've asked before, so please don't worry about it, and I will do a general read. But I would rather stay away from questions of politics and health. Those two topics I would rather stay away from. I guess I'll start saying that at the beginning of my lives. That could be a good idea if I remember. If I remember, I would rather to stay away from questions of health. Although I will take questions of health if I don't know. I need to work out exactly what my boundary is there, but yeah, I think that in general I would rather not take questions on politics. But let's do this particular read, since that was not clearly stated. So I'll absolutely take a look for you. Let's see. The Emperor, is what the read is about. The way you're thinking about it, the Star and the Six of Coins reversed, you're not particularly hopeful, it seems, and maybe you're worried about corruption, I wonder. Let's see what to expect. An interesting surprise. We've got the Page of Cups. We've also got the Ace of Wands reversed, so it's possible that power is going to be coming from an unexpected place. And then what to do? We've got the Lovers and we've got the Ten of Coins. So yeah, generally it does seem like you're being told to try to focus on your loved ones for sure. Vote wisely for sure, but also make sure that you're spending time thinking about what matters, right? Those who are close to you, your loved ones, your family, and making sure that is what you're looking after, right? You don't want to be falling out with loved ones over politics. You want to be doing what you can to maintain good relations, if that's a worry at all, with loved ones and family. I'm not telling you to be friends with people who are not your loved ones and family. I'm just saying, yeah, watch out for tough situations, right? And yeah, try to prioritize love and family over political ideals where it makes sense to. Yeah, where it makes sense to. All right, hopefully that helps. Hopefully that makes some sense. Did I make an impact, is asking Iletta. Did I make an impact with my work this week? If yes, what kind? That's nice. That's a nice question. Let's see. I'm going to reach for the I Ching for this. What impact did Iletta make at work this week? Just using the Deepware Changes application, focusing on the question, generating a hexagram, and we have hexagram number 9, the taming power of the small. A small power, properly applied, can control a bigger one. That's nice. It seems like you have made an impact, even if it's, you know, not from the top down, but from the bottom up, it would seem. The king cannot touch the queen, but she should not become overconfident. Loyalty is the key, so we're being recommended to make sure we're not getting too cocky, despite an important impact. When power and wisdom trust each other, things are finally done the right way. Well, it sounds to me like you've made a good impact, and an impact that's going to improve the situation for yourself, for your colleagues, for the whole company. This is really, really nice. And it, of course, is absolutely right, isn't it? You do want to come to a point where management and the workforce are working together. And we do tend to assume that this should come from the bottom down, but that is so rarely the case, isn't it? So yes, when we work in a corporation or in a large company like that, it's important to make efforts to reach out to anyone who can make a difference and to apply power in that way. It seems like you've managed to do that really well this week. Congratulations, that's really cool. All right, let's continue with a question from let's see. Can't find a good partner. What am I missing? Let's find out. Thank you for becoming a member, Charles Ray. That's very, very appreciated. Thank you. And Holly Finch, thank you so much. That's so kind. Thank you. That's really, really kind. I had a nice One-to-one with Holly. It's you can book a one-to-one session where I'll spend an hour with you and read your tarot and give you book recommendations and look a little bit more deeply than these kind of 5-minute situations that I do on these lives. And just a couple of days ago, and it was really a really enjoyable one. We got to talk about ceremonial magic and stuff, and it was good. It was really nice. Let's see. Ukami Tsubasa. Can't find a good partner. What am I missing? I'm shuffling the cards, but once again, I think I'm going to reach for the I Ching for this one as well. What am I missing? Questions tend to be good with the I Ching. Here we are. Yeah, if anyone wants to book a one-to-one chat with me, you can find the details on how to do that on www.foolishfish.net. Let's see, we've got hexagram number 21 with 1, 2, 3 changing lines. A deliberate obstacle does not clear itself. It must be removed with no considerations. I wonder if possibly there's an energetic block. Criminals must be punished. Objectivity and decision are needed. The own strength and authority must be evaluated. All right, here are your changing lines. A first-time offender does not deserve a very severe punishment. Just a warning. Second changing line, the punisher must be superior in rank to the offender, otherwise he could be attacked or humiliated. Yeah, have you, has someone, oops, is something wrong with the stream? Are we good? Are we good? Fingers crossed. Yes, I think we're good. Yes. Have you possibly been, I don't know, has someone with magical powers had a grudge against you? I don't know. That seems odd. The actions of an unleashed offender are his worst accomplices. If the punisher is able to use them against him, he will succeed. The actions of an unleashed offender are his worst accomplices. If the punisher is able to use them against him, he will succeed. Yeah, to me that sounds like you could do well to use some kind of reflecting charm, right? To send the bad energy back to where it's come from. This isn't what I would normally recommend for your question, but yes, it does seem like you could do well to cleanse yourself energetically, perform the sword banishing rite. I don't know. Maybe do some cleansing baths with some Epsom salts. Yeah, just look into reflecting protection, right? The kind of protections that sends back the nastiness back onto whoever sent it towards you. Yeah, that could be a good start. All right, hopefully that helps. Let's continue. Back again, says Hathor. Can you delve into the energy of myself and CB? Looking to understand its role. Let's see. The energy of myself and CB. Now, if CB is a name, then that's cool. If it's a shortening of something that I should know, then I don't think I know what CB is supposed to stand for. But hopefully, it's just a name, right? First name and last name, initials. Goodness, Bradley, thank you so much. Wow, what a very, very kind super chat you've sent. Merrill Jones, I missed your question. I will answer your question next. First of all, the energy of Hathor and CB. Here we go. Got the Seven of Swords and the Devil. Okay. It seems like it could be a karmic connection to. I'm smiling, but there's really nothing to smile about. It's it could be something that you are supposed to learn. Yeah, consider carefully the difference between love and addiction. The way you're thinking about it, Ten of Swords, Queen of Wands, so yes, it makes you feel very, very in touch with yourself and empowered in some ways, and also completely defeated in others. So yeah, that would absolutely fit with that devil energy. Yeah, that addiction of the cortisol endorphins cycle of push and pull, yeah, which is such a tough one to live through. Let's see what you can expect in the near future. You can expect happiness, but happiness. Okay, yeah. I've got two sun cards in my deck, and there's one that's a little bit spicy, and it seems like spiciness is definitely what you can expect. But Princess of Cups is reversed, so it may not be a connection that that is necessarily about stable love. Yeah. Let's see what to do, what to expect. You may be okay. We've got the Six of Swords reversed, and we've got the Chaos card. In terms of the Chaos card, I'm going to say that you can focus on a desired outcome for this. Right? You can absolutely bring about outcomes that you're after by focusing on what on the one that you want, and sharing those details with CB. I don't know. I'm assuming that this is a person-to-person connection that we're talking about here. Not necessarily romantic. I don't know, but that's the assumption I'm going with. Yeah, to bring about an outcome that you've picked, and you might want to share that process with CB. If there are any plans to move, if there are any plans to travel, I would put that on the back burner for a little while. Yeah. Yeah, certainly plans to move in together. That doesn't seem like a good idea yet. Yeah, not at the moment. Hopefully that helps. Let's see. We had Merrill Jones. Yes, Merrill Jones. Anything positive or wisdom for me next year? Gonna take a look at that for you. . Lola Rosella saying, thank you, loving these live streams, all the book recommendations. You're welcome. I'm moving to London in December. Will surely spend all my remaining money at Watkins Books. I'm so jealous. I've not been to Watkins in ages. I've not been to the UK this year. I wanted to go to the UK in February to go to the Glastonbury Occult Conference. But yeah, now given this situation, I'm going to have to save every single penny for this, for the apartment down payment. Yeah, that's the way it goes. I don't know when I'm going to be in the UK next. Soon, I hope, because I kind of crave it, you know. After a while, I kind of miss the creativity, I guess, especially of London. Yeah, it's a tough one. All right, folks, no more questions, please, please, please. Although I see that there are couple more, huh? I'll take a look. Very happy, Monda. I will. And thank you for the top ups there, Hathor. I'll see if I've got time to take a look at BD. Okay. Right, but let's focus on anything positive or wisdom for Meryl Jones. Okay, we've got the Knight of Cups and Fortitude as the topic. So basically, your self-control around the topic of your romantic connections, and how you can turn up better for your romantic connections once you have mastered your passions, I guess. Yeah, it seems like possibly there's been a problem with your a problem. Yeah, just some kind of trauma. Yeah, that you're carrying forward from childhood. It's definitely worth looking into that. It seems like you're not planning on looking into that, but it seems like you would do well to look into that with the Two of Wands reversed as the likely situation if you change nothing, but your recommendation is art reversed, and so I'm going to suggest that that yes, you could do well to dig a little bit into your past and how it has formed the way you think about yourself and various aspects of that before getting practical, if that makes sense. All right, hopefully that resonates. Question from Bradley Humphrey with a very generous super chat. Thank you so much, Bradley. Hello, my friend. I hope all is well. I just wanted to ask your opinion. What would be a good deck for a beginner reader, please? Oh, I love this question. Yes, maybe a good starting point for learning. No hurry at all. Answer after your readings, of course, if you can. I will answer right now because this is a really nice question. In my opinion, the best beginner deck is the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. The reason is because it's very descriptive. It's kind of ubiquitous. Whenever you pick up another deck, it's most likely going to be based on the Rider-Waite-Smith. Now, I particularly like the Centennial Edition. Now you'll find two Centennial Editions. One in a tin, in a tin box, and one in a paper cardboard box. The one in the tin box is actually a small version. I have one of those. I carry it around with me in my bag just in case I need a tarot deck with me when I'm out and about, you know, meet someone, hi, would you like me to read your tarot? And I know that I'm going to have a deck with me, kind of thing, right? By the way, I have discarded the tin and I've put those cards into a pouch because, yeah, they rattle about in the tin, so yeah, that's not comfortable. But it's the most beautiful rendition of that deck that I know, the Centennial Edition, because it uses all the original colours. All of those colours have been completely blown out over the past century, right, in modern printings of that deck, and to the point where the colours even don't bear any resemblance to the originals. The originals are kind of these subdued colours, really, really beautiful, kind of Art Nouveau, but they look a little bit dirty, right? So this is why they've been kind of blown out, I like the dirty look. I like the dirty look, yeah. I think the 1909, so it's another edition of the Rider-Waite-Smith, just called 1909, I think. 1909 Rider-Waite-Smith, something like that. It also has those nice early colours as well, so that's another option potentially. What else am I going to say about that? In terms of the resources for learning, I recommend, and this is something that I recommended a couple of nights ago, I think, I recommend having an application on your phone that gives you a card of the day. Today, you can see I've got Justice reversed. Yeah, so you'll get a card of the day every day. Every morning, you'll check out to see what it is, and you'll check out your day to see how that card relates to your day. And that way you'll build up an internal understanding of how each card feels. Yeah, make sure you do activate reversals so that you get an early understanding of how reversals feel. And then the book recommendation that I made the other day and that I'll make many, many times in the future, I'm sure, is Lon Milo Duquette's Understanding Aleister Crowley's Thoth Tarot. The reason, and yeah, if anyone wants to do me a huge favor and get this using an Amazon associate link, you can use any of the links that I posted above just to reach Amazon, and then yeah, buy anything you like, to be honest. Like your Christmas shopping's amazing. Yes, go ahead. If you reach Amazon using any of my links, make any purchase and actually hit the buy button and actually pay for it, right? Go through the whole purchase process until the end. Then I will get a small percent. It's like 2%, something like that. But sometimes that really mounts up, right? That really makes a big difference to me. So yes, this is the one. Understanding Aleister Crowley's Thoth Tarot by Lon Milo Duquette. The reason why I recommend this is because Aleister Crowley's Thoth Tarot is actually the most complicated tarot deck that I know of. And if you can understand how that is built, why it's built the way it's built, then understanding any other tarot deck is a breeze. And Lon explains how this is laid out, like why these are the cards that exist. He explains that in such a simple, easy to understand way. It's beautiful, absolutely. It makes you feel very clever. Yeah, when you read just the introduction, yeah, the first 94 pages, I think we worked it out. It was, yeah. So very, very, very cool book. So those are my recommendations, Bradley Humphrey, and thank you very much once again for your extremely generous super chat there. All right, very happy Monday. If you please would narrowing down topics of esoteric studies be helpful for the time being? I'm going to go ahead and say yes. It's always a good idea to narrow down the topics of esoteric studies if you're able to do so. Yeah, someone like Me with ADHD will find that incredibly difficult to do, but luckily my hyperfocus allows me to settle on one thing from time to time and dig a little bit deeper until it stops allowing me to do that. But I'm going to go ahead and say that if you can study a specific, and it doesn't matter which one, by the way, just one that resonates with you, a specific esoteric tradition from the introduction until the quite advanced stuff, then it'll give you an idea of how an esoteric tradition works, right? It'll give you one really nice, oh, thank you so much. Are You Spiritual has just sent a very, very kind super chat. Thank you, thank you. What was I even saying? A very nice, but I've forgotten. ADHD, right? Yeah, it'll give you a nice example, and then you'll be able to work out, and then you'll be able to look into another tradition and think, okay, I can see the parallels. I can see how they're both doing this same thing here, just doing it in different ways. And oh, I kind of like this other way of doing it, right? And then you'll be able to say, okay, well, actually, if this is what they're doing here in different ways, maybe I would have an even better way of doing this, right? So it will always serve you to have gone through an entire esoteric tradition from beginning to end, especially at the start of your practice. That's really, really good stuff. All right, let me grab one more card for Hathor about BD. It seems like BD is quite focused on material stability, possibly an earth sign. I don't know. We've got a Knight of Coins here and the Fool reversed. So yeah, clearly somebody intelligent, but very, very much focused on material achievement, maybe, right? We've got the Ten of Wands reversed in the way you're thinking about this. It's hard for me to work out if it's just because you're feeling like it's a burden, yeah, for you, or maybe you're thinking that he's working too hard, possibly. The answer will come to you. We've got the High Priestess in the very short-term future. You will know what to do, so pay attention to your intuitions. And in terms of the recommendations, we literally got the Five of Wands. So yeah, don't avoid the difficult conversations. Yeah, certainly don't people please. Certainly don't put up with stuff that you're not comfortable putting up with. You know, have a constructive confrontation. Yeah, confrontations don't have to be a negative thing. I know that a lot of people find confrontations very difficult, which is reasonable. But it does seem like you're being recommended to have that difficult conversation, yeah, to have that, not fight, but constructive disagreement, maybe, or at least dare to disagree, and just present your side of the situation. Okay. Let's see. Hopefully that helps. Are You Spiritual? Finding you has changed my algorithm in the best way. That really is quite a high compliment. Are you spiritual? I'm very, very happy about that. That's so cool. And let's see, Graham. Oh, thank you, Bradley Humphrey. Thank you very, very much. Just grateful tip for your time today. Thank you. My deepest gratitude. Thank you. Just a shout out from Graham. I contacted you on Facebook today. You're proving why you're so much better than the other occultists I mentioned. Well, I'm deeply flattered. Thank you so much, everyone. You're being so kind, so generous. At this rate, I really will be on my way to better living conditions very, very soon. I can tell, I can feel it. Thank you so much. You're very, very kind. I really enjoy doing these live streams. So thank you for that as well. You know, I appreciate your questions very, very much, and it's just a lovely hour hour and a bit. My goodness, have we really been here for an hour and a half? That I really look forward to now every day. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to do that, folks. Please have a lovely weekend. I'm not going to be here tomorrow, Saturday, because I'm going to be teaching the second class on the magic and mysteries of Saturn. I think Sunday. Oh no! Sunday I do one-to-one tarot consultations. So Sunday evening, yeah, I'm fully booked on Sunday. But Monday for sure, I will be here on Monday evening. Yes, around 8:15, most likely p.m. Central European time. That should translate to 9, 10, 11 a.m. Pacific time, I think, something along those lines. And so yeah, please look after yourselves, folks. Look after each other, and thank you once again. It's been lovely. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye. End the stream? Yes.